Welcome to TimeFrame Unveiled, where history's unsung heroes take center stage. Imagine a war where the battlefields weren't just for men, where women, defying every expectation, stepped into roles that would change society forever. Today, we're diving into women in the Civil War, a 15-minute journey through their incredible contributions and the immense challenges they faced during one of America's darkest chapters. From nurses to spies, soldiers to activists, women reshaped the war effort and their own futures. Hit that subscribe button and let's step back to 1861, a time when women's courage rewrote the rules. The war begins. Women step up. When the Civil War broke out in 1861, women across the North and South faced a new reality. With men leaving for the battlefield, women took on roles they'd never imagined. In the South, Confederate women sewed uniforms, canned food, and managed farms, often relying on enslaved labor to do the hardest work. In the North, women like Elizabeth Blackwell organized aid societies, rallying thousands to support the Union. Over 20,000 women joined the war effort directly, working as cooks, laundresses, and nurses. But race and class shaped their roles. Wealthy white women often volunteered, taking leadership positions, while working-class women, free black women, and enslaved women did the grueling, unpaid labor, cooking, washing, and more. Despite these divides, women's contributions were vital to keeping both armies going. Nurses and healers, saving lives on the front lines, one of the most impactful roles women played was in nursing. Before the war, nursing was a male profession, but the Civil War changed that forever. Over 3,000 women served as nurses, with figures like Clara Barton and Dorothea Dix leading the charge. Barton, who later founded the American Red Cross, risked her life to care for soldiers on battlefields like Antietam. Dix, as superintendent of Army nurses, oversaw thousands of Union nurses, though she demanded they be over 30 and plain-looking to avoid distractions. In the South, women like Kate Cumming tended to Confederate wounded, often in horrific conditions. Black women like Harriet Tubman also served as nurses, cooks, and even spies, despite facing discrimination. These women saved countless lives, but many paid a heavy price. Some died from disease, others from exhaustion. Spies and soldiers, women in disguise, women didn't just support the war, they risked everything to fight for their cause. Hundreds of women disguised themselves as men to enlist as soldiers. Historians estimate 400 to 750 fought on both sides. Women like Frances Clayton, under the name Jack Williams, fought alongside her husband until his death, then kept fighting. Sarah Emma Edmonds, as Franklin Thompson, served in the Union Army and later became the only woman to receive a veteran's pension. Others became spies, using societal norms to their advantage. Confederate spy Rose O'Neal Greenhow used her social status in Washington, D.C. to pass secrets that helped win the First Battle of Bull Run. In the North, Harriet Tubman led the Combahee River Raid, freeing over 700 enslaved people in a daring military operation, the first woman-led expedition of the war. Homefront heroes, keeping society afloat. While some women took to the battlefield, others held society together on the home front. With men gone, women managed farms, businesses, and families alone. In the North, women organized sanitary fairs, raising millions for the Union, like the $15 million collected by the U.S. Sanitary Commission, largely due to women's efforts. In the South, women faced shortages and violence, yet still supported their troops, though many grew disillusioned, withdrawing support from the Confederacy as the war dragged on. Enslaved women resisted by slowing work, running away, or aiding Union soldiers, undermining the Confederate war effort. Women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton also used the war to advocate for abolition and women's rights, forming groups like the Women's Loyal National League to push for emancipation and equality. Challenges and legacy, redefining womanhood, women's contributions came at a cost. They faced discrimination, danger, and societal backlash. Nurses worked in horrific conditions, often without proper training or pay. Black nurses like Susie King Taylor were rarely recognized for their efforts. Spies risked execution, and female soldiers lived in constant fear of discovery. On the home front, women struggled with poverty, violence, and loss. Many lost husbands, sons, and brothers. Yet their roles changed society. The war advanced nursing as a woman's profession, setting a precedent for future equality movements. Figures like Clara Barton and Harriet Tubman became icons of courage, while activists like Stanton laid the groundwork for suffrage. The Civil War showed women could do men's work, a lesson that echoed for generations. Honoring their courage, women in the Civil War didn't just support the fight, they shaped it, proving their strength in the face of unimaginable challenges. Their legacy lives on in every woman who fights for equality today. Thanks for joining me on this journey with TimeFrame Unveiled. If this story of courage inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We've got more history to uncover together. What's your favorite story of women in the Civil War? Drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video on TimeFrame Unveiled.